The United States and Iran are signaling a potential resumption of nuclear negotiations. Tehran has indicated its readiness to engage in talks, reopening a diplomatic channel that has been largely inactive for years. This development comes amid heightened tensions in the Middle East, continued international sanctions, and shifting political dynamics in Washington. Historical context. The Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, or JCPOA, was agreed in 2015 to limit Iran's nuclear program in exchange for sanctions relief. The U.S. withdrew in 2018, reimposing sanctions, while Iran gradually resumed enrichment activities. Over the past several years, diplomatic engagement remained limited, contributing to regional instability and uncertainty in global energy markets. Current position of Iran. Iran's leadership emphasizes that any negotiations will be contingent upon partial sanctions relief and access to frozen assets. Tehran presents its position as a strategic response to international pressure, aiming to balance economic recovery with regional influence. Key Iranian officials have signaled willingness to discuss technical verification mechanisms, but with clear red lines regarding sovereignty and national security. U.S. perspective. Washington reiterates that progress is possible only if Iran accepts strict verification measures and limits on nuclear enrichment. U.S. policymakers face domestic constraints, including congressional scrutiny and political divisions. Analysts note that even preliminary talks may be perceived differently by U.S. political actors, impacting the scope and duration of any engagement. Regional implications. The outcome of renewed talks could influence security across the Gulf region, affecting the strategic calculations of neighboring countries such as Saudi Arabia, Israel, and Iraq. Energy markets are particularly sensitive. Iran is a key oil exporter, and changes in sanctions could affect global supply, prices, and investment flows. Analysts are monitoring the Strait of Hormuz and regional maritime routes as potential flashpoints. Global and geopolitical impact. Renewed negotiations would also carry significance for broader international relations. European partners and global institutions have an interest in stabilizing the diplomatic process. Conversely, failure to reach even preliminary agreements may increase geopolitical risk and potentially trigger further sanctions or regional escalation. Strategic scenarios. Two scenarios are plausible: renewed talks leading to phased agreements, or a stalemate maintaining the status quo. In the first case, there would be measured de-escalation, monitored enrichment, and partial sanctions relief. In the second, tensions remain, economic pressure continues, and the risk of military incidents rises. Each scenario carries distinct implications for global energy, security, and diplomacy. Conclusion. While the outcome of these potential talks remains uncertain, the resumption of dialogue itself signals a shift in regional and global dynamics. Analysts emphasize that even preliminary engagement may reduce risk and create avenues for longer-term stability. Both Tehran and Washington face complex internal and external constraints, making careful diplomatic strategy essential.